All right, the court is calling 2022 CR 8639, State of Texas versus Tony Amarado. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ms. Sparks?
Defense?
Orlando Castañon.
And are you Miss Moriata? Murata? I keep adding syllables to the name. All right. Defense, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Murata, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, if we're proceeding on the lesser included of possession of a controlled substance, PG1 less than a gram.
Any objections?
No, Judge.
Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I do.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense, possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. State recommends deferred adjudication. There should be no contact with Roland Aguirre Hernandez Jr. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Judge.
State?
Yes, sir.
Showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 150 hours community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence?
Yes, Judge. States Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No, Judge.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding you guilty as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
All right, you all need to be quiet in the box when we're on the record. Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Judge.
All right, Ms. Murata, where are you staying?
Right now I'm actually residing with my mom.
And does your mom want you there?
Yes.
All right, when you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And no, you're getting drug tested today.
Negative. Negative.
All right, we're going to do a testing, then we're going to come back and do sentencing. So do you need any water?
Yes, I'm sorry. It's because I'm sick. I'm sorry.
All right, that's okay. We're going to do a drug test today and you're not leaving here until you give me my UA. You understand? So when I ask people if they're going to be positive or negative, it's not for punishment. It's so that I can see what conditions to give somebody. So we're going to do a UA today. All right. All right. We're back on the record in 2022 CR 8639, State of Texas versus Tony Amarado. We're going to have parties reannounced for the record. State,
Pretty Sparks.
defense.
Orlando Castañon.
All right, Ms. Amarado. Do you have my UA?
She is not taking the UA. She actually has consulted with me and said that she did use 4 days ago and that she does not believe she's not sure whether she would be clean, but she did use 4 days ago.
What are you using?
Methamphetamine.
All right, when's the last time you used it? You need to be 100% honest with the court.
4 days ago.
Where are you using? At home?
No, I'm not at home.
How many children do you have?
4.
What are their ages?
I have 6, a 5, a 4, and 3.
And who do they live with?
With my grandma.
Is that your mother?
No, it's my baby's father's mother.
All right, is Child Protective Services involved? Have your rights been terminated?
No.
Then how are their children with your grandmother, their paternal grandmother?
We had CPS involved and then they got.
Okay, you're gonna have to speak up.
We had CPS involved. We had CPS involved and after CPS got involved. They basically, I had a plan with them. I went through with everything I had to do. The only thing I didn't do, was I missed, I think, I was late to visit. So I was late to 2 visits. So because of that, I got counted against me. That was against visitation. So, they were basically counted against me.
So basically, it appears where we are in your life is someone else is raising your children and you're continuing to use.
Not really.
No, I mean, yes, that's what's happening because you used 4 days ago. Why did you use?
Because I don't have an answer for that.
Okay,
There's no answer for that.
all right. So, are you employed?
I was, but I just stopped working because I started helping more with my kids, with my mother-in-law.
Yeah, I'm not going to have you doing that because you can't be helping with children in the way you are currently in your life.
Yeah.
So, what were you doing when you were working?
Providing.
I'm sorry, what?
Providing.
Providing what?
I was working to a providing agency.
What kind of, what services were you providing?
I would clean, cook, and take care of bathe basically, but everything except hospice.
Oh, yeah. And I don't have that in this court, so you won't be doing that either. I don't allow people to have employment that involves any work as a home healthcare provider because those are vulnerable people.
Yeah.
I do not allow them to babysit children or do any work with children because they're vulnerable people.
Yeah.
So I don't allow that. And then I'm reading here, this person you were with, who is that?
My baby's falling.
And it says that instead of you working with regards to this case, you're off sneaking with him because people don't approve of him. And why is he not approved of?
Because he was selling drugs.
Yeah. Speak up.
Because he was selling drugs.
Okay. So that's not, and is he the father of all of your children?
Mhm.
Yes. So that relationship is over
Yeah.
because I'm not going to allow it.
I understand.
Any questions?
No, Judge.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. Well, is there anything else you're going to be positive for other than the meth?
Um,
No marijuana, no alcohol.
Monday, I don't drink.
All right. The court is going to sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. All right, we can go off the record. You have children that you're not taking care of. You have 4 children. Either you're going to be in their lives as their mom or you're not. So you need to get your life together. You're using, that's a problem because that means that you're not being a good parent to your children. You can't help anybody if you're using. And the other thing about using, people don't care what they put in these products. They're not FDA approved. You know, if a rodent runs across the product and poops in the product, guess what? You still getting that product. Nobody's going to say, ooh, you know, this doesn't follow the FDA guidelines. We're going to have to throw this batch away. So you never know what you're getting. And the person who's making it, you don't know if they flunked chemistry class or not. They're just throwing stuff together and they're just giving it to you. And hopefully you want to be a mother who your children will look up to and be proud to say that this is my mom. And you want your children to follow your good examples because children learn by what they see. Whatever they see, that's what they mimic. If children are using profanity, you know why they're using profanity as their first words? Because that's what they hear. So you don't want your children to start using. You don't want your children to think it's normal for a grandparent to be raising them instead of their mom. You understand? So you're going to have to start doing better. All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Maybe excuse.
Who's here on Tony Murata?
Here, Judge. Good morning.
Good morning. Where's Mr. Murata?
She's here, Judge. It's, she's.
Oh. Miss Murata, if you can come down, please. All right, what's happening with this case?
Good morning, Judge. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's Monday.
I got you, Judge. Ms. Morato's here she has been remanded without bond, Judge, on a deferred adjudication case.
So what are we doing on the actual case?
Well, Judge, I've been conferring, Judge, and also talking with my client, and I was actually asking the judge, you today, to set a bond for her. She's been working, and I do believe that she's basically could lose her job.
All right, so here's the issue. The issue is, I don't take any of this to be true that's in the motion to revoke until I hear evidence on it.
Yes, Your Honor.
But what I have in this motion to revoke is she's not doing drug testing. And if she's not doing drug testing, that means she's using. So is she entitled to a bond? Yes. But do we want to give her a bond so that she can go out and use, or do we want to handle this motion to revoke and try to get her some help? If y'all want me to give her a bond, I will most definitely give her a bond, but she's probably not going to like it.
I explained such to my client, Judge, but we are asking that a bond be set. And I do believe that we have an agreement, more or less, on what will transpire eventually when MTR is voted. But
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on this case, I need it set in 10 days for a contested hearing. What date? All right, so that's going to be your contested hearing. And the bond?
Leave it up to the court's discretion, Judge.
All right, we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2022 CR 8639, State of Texas versus Tony Morato. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense?
good morning, Your Honor. Dirk Ashball for Ms. Morato.
And are you Ms. Morato? All right, there's a request for a bond.
Yes, Your Honor, there is. My client was placed on deferred adjudication. She's currently remanded without bond as of today. We're asking the court set a reasonable bond on this matter. I don't believe that she has any other criminal history, but correct me if I'm wrong, Daniel. And so, Judge, just to give you a little background of the meaning of the request, she was working and she's been in jail now for, I think, about 10 days. Like to try to get her out so she can continue employment and come back and deal with this, obviously, at a later date.
All right, so what are you asking for a bond?
I think I've spoken with family. Obviously, she is indigent, Judge. I'm appointed on this matter. I would think a state jail felony, no other criminal history, something reasonable that they could actually make would be around $2,500.
All right, so we have a state jail felony, but we also have drug use. So you have to add the entire thing to the picture.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's why I had her on the UA hotline until further notice. I had them to do field visits. And the report I have is that she was not residing with her mom, which is where she was supposed to reside. That she has 6 children, none of whom live with her. And the mother said she didn't live at the address where she was supposed to live, which means I don't know what her contact is in the county. And she never submitted for a UA. State, what are you asking for?
Judge, with all that said, I think an $8,000 bond would be reasonable.
I'm sorry, how much?
An $8,000 bond.
Okay.
The state's main concern, again, not alleging that any of the things in the MTR are true, but there are some allegations that she was not reporting.
All right, the court is going to set your bond at $6,000. There's to be GPS partial for employment. And we are coming back on June 1st for a contested hearing, or either you're going to enter a plea. Is there anything else?
Nothing, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2022 CR 8639, State of Texas versus Tony Leanne Morato. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Jason, you're having a statement. Good morning, Dirk Ashball. I don't know.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:09 a.m. The defense has informed the court that the bondsman surrendered his surety on this particular defendant. Your client is not present. Do you know where your client is?
As far as I know, no, she's not present and I have not had any contact with her since she's released.
All right. I'm going to ask then that she be remanded without bond. And if your client makes an appearance, of course, the court will reconsider the remand without bond.
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you.
No issues.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Don't know. I have a request for the court. I'm not prepared to have a contested hearing today.
All right.
My request is a reset.
All right, it's going to be a short recess, and let me tell you all why. This case was brought to the court on May 22nd, 2023, and it was reset for June 1st for a contested hearing. On June 1st, she did not show at 10:10 a.m. So then a warrant was issued for arrest. She was remanded without bond. I guess somebody unremanded her. And so today we're set for a hearing.
There seems to be a little discrepancy. I don't know if the court has it on the court file. I conferred with Vashon. It says bond forfeiture
Mhm.
because when we checked the clerk's record, it didn't indicate that. It indicated a warrant had been issued on that date because of a drug court evaluation that went south, not of a, she doesn't recall missing a court date. And I'm not arguing with the court. She may have. I
No,
was
she
not,
did.
I was not here at that time.
No, I understand. No, I will tell you, somebody else gave her bond back. It wasn't the court because she didn't show on that date. So that's neither here nor there. She doesn't have a warrant for arrest, which is what everybody is telling us. So my main thing where we are is this motion to revoke was set on May 22nd. Then it's reset for June 1st for a contested hearing. And June 1st, a contested hearing didn't happen because she didn't show.
Right.
So now we're back on October that we've been trying to have a hearing since May. So what I'm saying is, I understand you say you're not ready for a contested hearing. It's going to be a short reset. So my reason for saying that is because it's a short reset.
I understand that. And I know you want to move this case and I understand that as well. I don't plan on contesting the motion.
Okay.
I'm trying to get Tony plugged back in to start doing what she needs to do. And that requires a little bit more time than the court might want to give in a situation like this. But that is my ask of the court. I need her to get plugged in and start doing some things. I don't think that's a bad thing. And that's what she wants and I want. So to that end, if the court could give us 30 days, or I'll defer to the court on the time, but that's my request, Judge.
All right, let me ask this, and we're not on the record. If she's drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Should be quick.
All right, so let's do a drug test today.
I'm
Do you
fine.
need any water? All right, so Miss Abrams,
Yes, Judge.
is there a place she can go to do a drug test? I can see if they'll if they'll allow her to do a drug test at felony drug court. All right, just have a seat.
Thank you, Judge. Right now,
Mhm.
and she saw her there.
Mhm.
Confirmed she did give a UA. Is there a reason that we can't use the UA she?
Oh, we can. What are the results? See, I
She
caught, that's why I
She
wanted
paid
her.
$12 at RMS. So can I send her back and just get the results from RMS?
Oh, okay.
Or do you want
We
to?
can call Deanna. Just give me a moment.
Sure.
Judge, those results from RMS, they're not used to see results. Those results are sent to a lab.
So she needs to go back. All right, so she needs to go back and Deanna.
Okay.
All right,
I'm
and
sorry.
we'll have, that's okay.
This is the confusion.
All right, and we'll have her back at 1:30.
1:30.
Yes,
Judge,
so she needs,
So I'm being told that they're here in the building, but she's very terrified about coming up here. I've implored her to get up here.
how long she needs to come in?
Judge, I have for the last half hour. So this is, if you will allow me, I have a client at my office right now that I need to talk to. Can I be excused?
Well, do me a favor, if you will let her know that if she's not in here in 5 minutes, that a warrant is going to be issued.
I've already told her that.
Okay,
I literally texted her that
okay,
you're wanting to know where she's at. She's late and the warrant's about to go out.
okay,
Verbatim.
all right.
So
Well, you can,
I will be close by and I do have my phone and I know the court, Norma knows how to get in touch with me. I'm not gonna play this game with her, not with the court.
Yeah. No, well, I'm gonna issue a judge's warrant
Okay,
and I will remand her with the stop on. I'm to file on, I'm sorry,
Tony Morado.
Morana. All right, let's just put this on the record briefly.
Sure.
All right. Court is calling 2022 CR 8639, State of Texas versus Tony Murata. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense.
James Tochi for Miss Morado, Judge.
All right, this was set this morning. Miss Murata was going to do a UA. The court is in receipt of those results as well as defense in the state and probation. She was supposed to be back here at 1:30. I think both parties have received information that she has left where she did the UA on Kamal Street. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge. In fact, I'm in phone contact with her and my understanding is she's actually in the building, according to her. And is very scared to come up here. And I've explained to her that she's likely to be taken into custody. I've also explained to her that we're talking about some options potentially that could be good for her. I have implored her to come up here several times via text message. I've gotten no response other than we're here in the building. I'm trying to get her up there. He's her boyfriend too. And so far, I have not yet seen her. I've not gone down there, but I plan to in the next couple minutes.
All right, state.
State's requesting a judge's warrant.
All right, the court will issue a judge's warrant and remand your client without bond. If your client shows, we'll get in contact with you, counsel.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you.
Let's get the facts straight. She loves a verbal ashtray. Never blowing smoke when she gets pissed. She's quick to castrate. Love her on a good day, love her on a bad day. Either way, she's here to stay, stay, stay.